that one. Oh, baby, let's go. So excited for the new year.
Yes, sir.
New year, new Nuggets. Let's get this going.
Same Nuggets.
No.
Oh.
What is, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go. Let's go.
Presented by Miller Lite. What time is it, boys?
Miller time.
It's Miller time, right?
It's a tough night for Miller, to be honest, man. Last night was a Miller
There's a big Miller. Tonight's more of a water time.
Water time.
We're also in the Toyota Lounge, driven by our Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. Superstar Dev out tonight. D-Line Co. in Serbia on assignment. We sent him on assignment.
Did you see the picture D-Line tweeted when he was leaving?
No.
He was at the gate and he tweeted a picture, but it said Istanbul, Turkey. Like when you tweet that, everybody just assumes you're going to get hair plugs. You know?
You know what? If he comes back, that would be something, wouldn't it?
He should, man.
He really should. That'd be incredible.
Should.
I've never seen him without a hat.
I don't know if he needs them. I don't.
Great,
Yeah,
who knows? Great show for you guys lined up today because it's a new year. And I'm telling you, man, New Year's, you always just feel a little bit more optimistic. It feels like a moment to be hopeful for things to change. So we're going to make some predictions for 2025. And on this very pregame show, we are going to declare 2025 is the year of... Well, we might all have different answers.
Ooh.
I got Harrison Wind in the building.
I'm just setting myself up to get slandered with that pregame talk. Like that's no matter who I take, it's just I'm walking right into it.
Unless you say Jokic, that's the only
that's
safe
cheating.
bet.
We should make that a rule. It cannot be the year of Jokic, even though it will be.
What if it is the year of Jokic?
It
what
is,
if we
though.
like declare
That's
this
the thing.
is
It always
the
is.
most Jokic year there ever was? Like it's entirely on the table. Brennan Votes in the building.
Hey guys, New Year. I was hoping I'd wake up a changed man, still 5'6", but
You thought you were gonna grow?
yeah, I don't know. Every year I hope when I go to
to the
bed, I
doctor,
go, you know, yeah, I know I got to focus on my controllable habits, but maybe tomorrow's the day. No, New Year, same me.
The Nuggets are taking on the Atlanta Hawks, and much like last time, the Hawks will be a little short-handed. What do you got for us, Wind?
They will definitely be a little shorthanded. The big news is Jalen Johnson is out. And this is a surprise. He wasn't on the injury report all day, and then this afternoon popped up on there with shoulder soreness. He also missed the last Nuggets-Hawks game, but he is out tonight. So, I mean, he's arguably their best player. So that's
Really
a
is,
huge
man.
loss for them.
He's a really, really interesting player. Almost, the Franz Wagners of the world. Those types of guys where they
Incredible.
aren't quite your typical superstar where they just like shake and pull up and stuff, and that's what you think of.
Yeah.
But he does everything well.
Yeah, he
everything.
does.
So he's a good
really
player for them to be without.
Trae Young is in. Bogdan Bogdanovic still out for them. Also, Dyson Daniels is in. Did he play that last game against the Nuggets? I couldn't remember.
I don't think man, you're right.
But Dyson Daniels was on the injury report. He is playing. So one of the toughest perimeter defenders in the NBA for the Nuggets to go up against.
Our Aussies are going to be very conflicted
Yeah.
tonight, Vote.
That's a good point.
You
That's
know
a
what?
good
Who are
point.
they rooting for? Where are their true loyalties? We don't know.
Probably with us.
Probably
Hopefully
with us, though.
For the Nuggets, same starting lineup as they've been rolling with. Jamal Murray, Russell Westbrook, Christian Brown, Michael Porter, and Nikola Jokic. And, Michael Malone said pregame that Aaron Gordon's still going to be out for the next game at least.
At least the next
He
game?
said he's not going to play the rest of the week. So I think the Nuggets have one or two more games.
Well, you might be confused because they play the Spurs home and away
That's
on a
right.
back-to-back.
That's right. Yeah,
dumbest
they're
schedule I've
actually
ever seen.
they're sharing a plane going to San Antonio after the game in Denver. Carbon
Imagine-
emissions. Everybody's very aware of that now.
Imagine you
so.
get the seat next to Wemby. On Southwest, you're like, is there any seat? Oh, man.
Like, can I upgrade to like Comfort Plus? On
Imagine
this?
him
Like,
in a Southwest flight. Those legs would be whipping you up.
So, Aaron Gordon's going to be out for at least the next couple. And, Michael Malone spoke pregame about how they got to be cautious and stuff. And it's a soft tissue injury, which is kind of odd because a couple days ago before the last home game, he was saying how, it's not as severe as the last calf strain he had, which still may be the case. But it does seem like he's going to be out for, at least the next couple games.
I love it. Nuggets take
Not
care of
that he's
business.
injured, but I do love it as well.
No, I just love that they're not panicking
Yes,
and trying to
yes,
get him
yes.
back, man. Do this because I do think there are a lot of good things going on with the Nuggets in his absence. Russell Westbrook is having – he's been good all year
Yeah,
in
he
some
has been
degree,
really
but I
good all
honestly
year.
feel like this has been his best stretch. he's ascending in many ways. Peyton Watson gets to play through some mistakes a little bit more. Hunter Tyson is getting a look. I honestly think this is a necessary evil, so to speak.
Well, you don't want to. You could play through it all season, right? It
Yeah.
could just be something that comes and goes all season, and then it's something we have to talk about if they fall just short in a playoff series. What if AG was healthy? You got to do what you got to do to get him there. And I was thinking about it the other day, through no fault of his own, of course, how understandably absent AG has been. It's just weird how, as you just sort of think about the team and the moments they've had this year, how little Aaron Gordon has been involved. And that's no small thing, man, because every time he is back, it is so striking what an important element he brings to their identity. They immediately become a team that can be physical and do all these certain things. And without him, you miss it. Now, they're playing very well without him, and I love it. But to that point, like, don't deal with this all year. Do what you got to do now. Get him right. I like the approach.
Last thing from Michael Malone. He was asked about Russell Westbrook, his availability, just playing, every game, never sitting out. Obviously, like, the shape he's in at 36 is incredible. That defensive possession, I tweeted it out from the Nuggets account the other day, where he's flying around.
Yeah, hilarious.
Like, what? The NBA could be saved if everybody played that hard.
Nobody can play that hard, though. There's like 8 guys who are humanly capable of playing that hard.
But Michael Malone, he recounted this story about talking with Russ about this, and he said, this is him talking to Russ. Listen, some of the coaches wanted me to ask you about not playing tonight. This is in Detroit, or against Detroit, their 5th game in 7 nights back when this was happening. Malone said Russell Westbrook started laughing and goes, "Coach, don't even come to me with that. I'm in, I'm good, I'm ready." So he's not sitting out.
I also love Malone's framing.
Yeah.
Some of the coaches,
Hey, man,
not
some
me,
of the
not me. I didn't. I mean, I told them. I'll tell them.
Coaches,
I'm
man,
not saying you
like,
look tired. I just
they might want you to sit. Like that was them.
That
not
was
me.
them. Yeah, that's hilarious.
that's great.
I love it, man. I think this game, is another good one for Denver. They should win. I think Denver should win without Jalen Johnson. Even if they had Jalen Johnson, they should win. But without Jalen Johnson, you look at it and you go, you should win, but it's not going to come easy. I truly believe Denver is making progress over these last handful of games. I do see drip by drip. Mm-hmm. Tonight's a chance for them to try to inject some defense, and to keep their offense humming.
I will say the Hawks, real quick, have won 4 in a row, although it's not the most impressive wins. Minnesota, who they did beat by 13.
That's an impressive win, man.
Then Chicago, Miami, Toronto.
And the last time they met, the Nuggets snapped a very impressive 6-game winning streak in which they had beaten Cleveland twice. Atlanta.
That's right.
But that was what I was going to say, though, as well. There's a team that's had a decent season, Atlanta, beaten some good teams. Maybe your good team Merchants, which doesn't bode well for Denver. But are they going to play with a lot of pride? Because the last time they played in Atlanta, they beat the wheels off this team. It was after the Wizards game, and they had to play with pride. And I just think sometimes it's part of why that split against Phoenix was so unsurprising to me. I think sometimes you beat the doors off a team. They remember that, right? And they go, all right, well, at bare minimum, the next time we play, our pride won't be an issue. Who knows? Maybe Atlanta doesn't give a crap. That game's more about Denver's season story than theirs. But I do wonder, like, do they have that circled? So play with pride tonight, and hopefully that manifests on defense.
Yeah. Anything else from the game notes here?
That's all I got.
I'm excited for this one. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a good Jamal Murray matchup too. Trey, obviously the Great Barrier Thief is a tough matchup for him. But even on the other end, he'll have to guard in this one. Trey is really good at finding the matchup he wants, and he's really quick and tough to guard. And this is an opportunity for him to go. I mean, we've seen Murray get cooked by Trey Young in the past. So this is a one where it's like, you know what? Tonight, I want to see Jamal play a little bit of defense. Anything else you guys are looking for in this game, like specific player or anything? Jokic, by the way, what did he have last time, did I tell you?
43?
46, 18 and 8 or something like that.
I would just say the ball moving.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the great things about all the amazing statistical accomplishments in that last game or footnotes is that no one's expense came at anyone else's expense. They had 3 guys with 10 assists in that game.
Yep.
And even and as you start going through what everyone did, even Porter led all players on the floor in the fourth quarter with 9 points. Christian has the fast break points. So there is a way for Jamal and Westbrook to share the floor where alongside Jokic, where what you have now are three great playmakers, and the ball can keep moving. And so hopefully that's what we see on offense.
Well, it is a new year, and that means it's time to kind of look forward and make a few bold predictions for 2025. Hope you guys have come prepared. Thought of a couple. When do you want to start us off? Give us a first prediction of the year.
Prediction for the year. Bruce Brown resigns with the Nuggets.
Really?
I'll just start right there.
That's a 5 pepper. I think everybody's going to be excited.
Let's go.
So this summer, Bruce makes his return.
Yeah, sorry I skipped all the way to free agency.
That's all right. That's 2025.
That's one of my predictions. We have a whole predictions article coming as well.
Yeah.
That will be in there.
I like that one, though.
I think he's going to resign with the Nuggets.
Westbrook and Bruce, because Westbrook has that player option if he's back. Westbrook and Bruce.
Maybe another prediction of mine is Westbrook prices himself out of the Nuggets.
Well,
I'm not going to make that one.
All right. But those two, if they are together, would be incredibly, like that. Talk about energy.
Oh, yeah. Talk about dogs.
Nuggets, honestly, if you have those two guys, the Nuggets, I don't know. You have to build your playoff roster. You have to do all this stuff. They'd win 60 games. Because it's just energy that it would be like, all right, every night you have two guys that are going to go balls
Every
to the
night
wall.
you could have one of those plays where Westbrook almost gets a steal 3 times and then finally does.
Do you have
sub those guys in?
Yeah,
for
no.
each other.
So it's trade season. Unfortunately, we've had to talk about it a lot, and I know this stuff bums everyone out. And
Does it?
The Denver Nuggets will not trade Michael Porter Jr.
I think that's a good
Denver
one.
Nuggets will not trade
In
Michael
2025.
Porter Jr. in 2025. I actually think the Denver Nuggets starters will finish the year together in 2025.
Are you doing like when
This
you're
is-
in the studio
no,
and you're
this-
trying to give a cool effect?
Yeah.
where you're like, hold on.
No. This is actually
Sueños.
no offense to production. I don't know, but this is a kind of
a bad angle.
Yeah, you know.
I'm going to make one that Julian Strother will be traded. I think he
Super
is
fun.
traded in 2025. I think that it is very possible that it happens this year at the deadline, but I think if not, it happens at the summer.
Yeah.
You just look at Denver. They don't have a lot of trade assets. Julian is a guy that I think has value, but maybe not on Denver's timeline. And my prediction is he will be not on the roster by 2026.
I think that's a pretty good prediction.
I have another one for you guys.
What's
Talk
that?
to us.
2, not 1, but 2 playoff rotation players for the Denver Nuggets this playoffs are not currently on the roster.
Wow.
Now,
I think
could that mean that
can
they end
guess
up
one.
adding a Dennis Smith Jr. or Lonnie Walker or Justin Holiday? I think that's probably part of it. But then, as I mentioned, I do just kind of feel like Denver will make some kind of trade.
Yeah.
A small one. But I think they'll make some kind of trade, and they'll probably acquire one other player through free agency.
I predict a trade as well. Absolutely. And maybe, that one of those other guys is somebody that they add from free agency to an open roster spot. Now that we're on the trade subject, I'm with you. I predict there's a trade, but now I don't think I predict that they're going to trade Michael Porter or one of the starters.
That one almost feels bold to me, not trading MPJ.
It feels like the trade stuff has cooled.
Yeah.
And part of that is probably because the Nuggets are winning.
Right.
That
helps.
naturally cools that stuff. Seems like they got over a little bit of a hump, but it just feels like that's not something that's imminent at all.
I have another one for you. I predict that at least one of Michael Malone or Calvin Booth are not with the Denver Nuggets in 2026.
That's a huge prediction.
That's a big
One
prediction.
of,
One
at least
or the
one.
other.
Possibly both, but one of.
Let me ask you this: if they win a title, everyone sticks around, right?
Probably. But maybe not. I mean, honestly, you never know. A little, imagine this scenario, okay? The Nuggets win. It's been tumultuous. Cal has 2 championships. Somebody else offers him a gig. Does he take it almost just out of we butted heads. Yes, we had success, but we butted heads. Cronkies don't necessarily
No,
pay.
he doesn't take it.
I think he does. So that's why I think this one is almost foolproof, because I know what you're trying to do. Tell me I'm predicting the Nuggets not to win the title.
I'm just curious.
But if they win it, I also just would not be surprised if it was
That would be
what?
pretty surprising, man.
That'd be pretty.
if you can
surprising.
lock up a deal, say a team comes to you like the Wizards. They come to you. You won 2
Wizards?
titles? Well, because they came after Conley and they seem to go after guys. I'm just saying, if they came and were like, here's 8 years guaranteed, because some of these teams are so desperate, they throw long years at it. It's like, you know what? That's security. And it's rebuild. I get a runway.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Although you get 2 and 3 years, and then all of a sudden you're like, could we get 3 and 4 years?
You start to wonder that. I mean,
Yeah.
it would be an insane move to leave Jokic. But
Okay, I have one more. One of Hunter Tyson or Jalen Pickett actually hits and sticks.
Oh, that's a great one. I like this.
One of.
That'd be a vibey thing, man.
As of right
Yeah.
now, I'm not so sure about the first 3 up. Like Christian's in there,
yeah.
Aiden Julian. I think the jury's still out.
Yeah.
As far as the future and everything. But so because of that, I'm just gonna get a little fun and say one of Hunter Tyson or Jalen Pickett makes it work.
Well, that brings us to our next topic here, which is we have many a time declared the year to be the year of Jamal. I think we're on like 4 straight years or something like that of declaring it the year of Jamal. But 2025 will be the year of...
I will say Michael Porter Jr. because the trade is on the table.
Are you shocked?
Because the trade is on the table. And so there's going to be a lot of talk about Mike. Mike stays, plays well.
Yeah.
Great call. This guy is an important part of the future. Can't go anywhere. Mike stays,
What is the year
does
that
not
Mike
play
look
well,
like?
and the Nuggets fall apart. And Mike get traded? In a lot of ways, that's also the year of Mike.
Well, but
So-
give me an optimistic year of Mike, though, like with Denver. Like, what does it mean?
I would just say that I would say he has another. So I thought he was the second best Nugget against the Lakers. I would say he has
clearly was.
I would say he has another series like that, but they don't fall. He doesn't
Fall
off the next series, and they win. And just the conversation is like, hey, they didn't trade this guy. He was
Right.
an instrumental part of the win. He is really kind of like throwing some Mr. Nugget quotes out there left and right. And
He really is.
It's rallying back around number one.
You know what I'll add to this? I've been talking about it, but I'm very encouraged by Mike's comment about taking these quick threes. And to me, it could revolutionize his game. Mike is still searching for where he fits into everything, and that's part of why it's almost funny predicting Mike breakout because he's kind of been the same guy. But I feel like this is the one thing that I'm like, yes, that's it. That's it. Learn how to take those quick threes, a la Max Strus or any of these guys
Just
that have a quick
shoot 'em.
turn. Just
Just
shoot 'em,
shoot
man.
'em.
Nobody can block you, and you're really good at contested threes, and it becomes a better bar. I like if it's the year of Mike, it's probably because of that. His crazy quick trigger threes off of handoffs become a part of the offense that just feels natural.
Can I say one more thing too? You're thinking, okay, very on brand. I get it. We decided ahead of time you can't pick Jokic, and you got to be insane to pick Jamal right now.
Well-
so, unless
I did like
Many
this.
have
Did
called
you see
me
this one
insane.
right here? What a comment. Michael Porter Jr. That might be my favorite one.
Thank you for that, Matt.
I think there's a chance it's the year of Russell Westbrook.
Ooh, I like it.
And not in terms of he's going to become like the Nuggets' second best player or something. Like he's going to have that type of unbelievable rise, but just I think there's a chance he gets some Sixth Man of the Year consideration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He right now is having a year that none of us expected him to. I certainly didn't. He's been an incredible addition on a vet minimum contract. And in Denver, alongside Nikola Jokic and with the Nuggets, he's kind of remaking this chapter of his career.
Yeah.
And who knows how this, sets Russell Westbrook up for the next couple of years. It totally can change how people view him, how he's viewed across the league.
Yeah.
If another team is thinking of getting into the Russell Westbrook business, like their perspective of him now, it's got to be totally different than it was a year ago. And so I just think the narrative around him is totally changing right now. And it's because of how well he's played with the Nuggets. And just if you think about the impact he could have with his team over the second half of the season, in the playoffs, if he could win a couple playoff games and help the Nuggets on a deep playoff run, I think it's set up that it could happen.
I know it's a huge if right now, but if the Nuggets were to win a title this year, I really think the national easiest talking point, Russell Westbrook finally got his. I mean, it would be the year of Russell Westbrook, really.
Yeah.
But also the year of reminders. Him reminding everyone, Jokic, the Nuggets reminding everyone, probably Jamal Murray reminding everyone. So that, of course, is my hopeful one. We didn't get it to close 2024, but the year of reminders, we were really hoping that would be the theme of the season. Still time. Can 2025 be a year of such a nature?
The year of reminders could be an incredible one. On Russell Westbrook, somebody asked me this on Twitter the other day. Like, it's one thing for Bruce Brown to come here and Jeff Green and stuff, but if Russ comes here and has a breakout year, do you think his word and just also his reputation? We always ask this question. Is it going to help recruiting? Is it going to help? But Russ Brooks is different than anyone else. And if he comes here and to your point, they win a title or just he gets all these accolades and everything else, do you think it's possible that all these that actually has a real meaningful impact of people being like, you know what, I'll take a minimum over there?
I've got to think so, man. I think it could. He's got that pull. He has that presence about him, like that aura about him. It should have happened already. The Bruce Browns of the world, the KCPs of the world, they all come here. the Jeff Greens of the world, the DeAndre Jordans.
But DeAndre Jordan's a sneaky big recruiter for the Nuggets.
Big
But
part.
Westbrook is even bigger. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying is that people, free agents around reach out to Russ and are like, hey, what's it like playing with Yoke? He's like, it's the best.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? It's the best.
It's incredible.
And then I talked to my agent. He says I'm worth $20 more million, by the way, than I was
signed
last
a 3-year,
year. So.
$60 million deal with the Wizards. Again.
Right.
That really has to
Right.
be.
So I think yes. I think yes.
You think so too?
No, I mean, I don't know if it will,
You have to have success.
but I just think if you're remotely canny as an agent,
Yeah.
and you've got a guy who has a subpar market, you go, hey man, Denver's giving you one, just
Right.
take it. We'll both get rich next year.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, might
and
be the move.
I'm surprised that hasn't picked up a little.
I
more.
know. Come on, agents.
Come on, agents.
Do better.
Oh, well, then there's like Zeke Naji's agent. So like, well, I guess he got paid. So who knows?
Yeah.
For me, it's going to be the year of change. I think that this is a year where there is drastic change on the Nuggets, the likes we have not seen. And that's why it feels a little uncomfortable. I think we all feel it coming. I mentioned that could be coach, could be front office.
Sure.
It could be a major player like a Michael Porter or a Jamal Murray at some point in 2025, if not the deadline, maybe in the summer if they come up short.
Right.
I just think this is the year of change for Denver. And whether they win or don't win this year, I think we'll look back at 2025 as almost a line of demarcation of like there was the pre-25 teams and the post-25 teams, and they just were dramatically different in some meaningful ways.
Seems on
That's
the table.
sad. But also maybe the reality.
But also maybe not sad.
Maybe
you know?
not
Like,
sad. Yeah.
I mean, you always think about this. The Bulls had 2 3-peats, the 90s Bulls. It's completely different teams other than Pippen and Jordan. And it just was completely different casts. And you know what? You loved both of them, even though they were completely different. And it could be that.
I know.
here in Denver.
I've stayed a little like I've been a guy that's like, oh, I don't want to trade Michael Porter because I want to keep this core together. I want this core to win multiple championships together. I'm coming around to that. It's just going to be Jokic probably.
If Murray,
and I think I might be okay with that.
if
now.
MPJ, Murray, or Michael Malone are not with the team in 2026, it'll feel completely different.
Completely different.
Yep.
You know, that's different than KCP or Barton or anybody else that has been a
Completely
mainstay for a long
different.
time. It's like, nope, those guys are the era. And so if one of them is gone. But again, I don't think necessarily a bad thing. I just think that Denver, this is part of the natural cycle of a
inevitable,
team.
yeah,
and you could even win it this year and still see some change in some ways. All right, our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use code DNVR365. Deposit $10 and place a bet of $5 to get 200 in bonus bets and a code to get the first 2 months of Altitude Plus courtesy of Bet365. Must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly, and if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. No Dev, no D-line.
Oh, man.
It sounds like I'm Cedric right now.
Yeah.
So we got the next best thing. Whoever was willing to do bets today, and that was Harrison Wynn.
Apparently it's me.
No, Harrison.
No vote. The Nuggets come into this game as 8.5-point favorites. They're minus
Sheesh.
8.5. And so that's a decent amount of points for the Nuggets, even though they are at home.
Yeah.
Typically, they've been amazing at home, but this year that hasn't really been the case.
Right.
They did beat the Hawks easily in that last matchup. Minus 8.5. I'm actually liking that. I'm going to take the Nuggets minus 8.5 tonight for the spread. What do you guys think about that?
I don't like that many points, man.
I kind of like it actually, but I don't like that I said that out loud. So doesn't sound like a confident bet. I'll tell you that, but it's your money.
But you know what? They're at home. It's a new year. I could see it.
Okay. Player props. Jokic over 30.5. I'll throw a little sprinkle on that. He had 46 against the Hawks, I think, or he was in the 40s last time against his team. Now he just eats up Clint Capella. That's a matchup where Jokic absolutely eats. And, I mean, he's been scoring. He might get this by the third quarter tonight. I don't think this will be a blowout. But at least, through 3 quarters, it should be close. And he might get that by then. Michael Porter over 18.5. I kind of like that as well. New year, new Mike, same Mike.
It is his old buddy.
Yeah. He's, of course, got the connection with the Hawks, Trae Young, AAU teammates. Seems like he always gets up for this matchup as well.
Yeah.
So I might throw a little sprinkle on that, too. And then I'm taking Jokic triple-double tonight as well.
He was a monster last time. He's on a triple-double kick. I like it.
He got it
I think so.
in
I think it's a
3
good bet.
quarters against the Jazz the other night. It's plus 145. That's my lock of the night.
Is the triple-double?
Yeah.
Wow, you said
You're
lock?
locking a triple double.
I'm locking it. Absolutely locking it. And then my other bet I like is Jokic plus 9.5 assists. Plus money on that, I think. So big Jokic night to start 2025.
That it is a safe thing to do. You're like, all right, I'm back up on bets here.
I know.
What am I going to
I
do?
really took a risk there.
Jokic. What is the Dyson Daniels steals line? Just to play devil's advocate and talk about the other team for a second.
Ooh,
the
yeah.
Nuggets really like to
I
turn
should
the
have
ball
probably
over.
started on the other side of things.
Yes. What is this?
Let's
Your first
see.
2.5.
time?
2.5.
I'm taking the over on that.
Really?
The Nuggets are going to turn the ball over, man. Whether they win or lose.
Maybe. You know, they got a lot of ball handlers now.
They do. One of them's Russell Westbrook, who I like, but he does turn it over.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would just think that the safest bet tonight is Dyson Daniels over on steals, but that's
Really might
but
be,
yeah, it
man.
might be.
You can't bet on Hunter Tyson threes, can you? I feel like Hunter might. Yeah, you can't. I feel like he might. I'm gonna go out only side bet here. I think
Yeah.
he hits a 3 tonight. It's very rare, but I think tonight he gets a little
Hunter
run and he
Tyson.
knocks down a 3.
It
Really?
feels so
Yeah.
good when he does, man.
It will, and he's at home. You know, I feel he's been in the rotation a little bit.
Yeah.
That's my bold prediction. He's gonna have a 3 tonight. Hunter Tyson, lock it up.
Matt Powell, while we're talking Hawks, likes Trey over 22.5 points.
I like
Honestly,
that one too.
That seems like a
seems
really, good
low.
bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does seem really low.
I'll always forget, by the way, one of the in-person, this team just got punked moments for me was watching Trey Young drop like 41 and 11 in Ball Arena.
Yeah.
3-4 years ago,
talking
man.
trash.
It was
I
just,
remember it.
ever since then, I've been like, that's a guy I don't want to see in an 82-game environment at all.
Let's get our super chat here. Oh, it's Cedric.
Cedric
Shocker.
Exquisite. No, Adam, it's a rust year. Happy New Year's, DNVR.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year,
Did we
chat.
have any New Year's resolutions ourselves?
I've decided I'm going to try to read more. One book down already.
Really? One day in? Wait, you already read the entire book?
Was
today?
it a one-page book?
I thought the pictures were great. That's the joke I've been teeing
Was it
up
golden
all
arrow?
day. That was it. I've not
there
read
it
anything
is.
yet. No.
Did you have one you wanted to share?
I said mine on the show the other day. Appreciate every win more.
That's
I'm
a
going
good
to
one.
appreciate every Nuggets win.
There you go.
No more. Ugh. I guess it's
Yeah.
not a loser's lounge.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm excited about tonight. I'm excited about the Nuggets. I think we're going to see a good version of them tonight. Everybody, do us a favor, throw us a like, and we'll see you on the other side.
We all silly like the mayor.